Shalom, brothers and sisters in this truth. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, to His Son Yahweh Shai, to the Holy Spirit. I'm bringing you another video on the update on the War Scroll, or the Wars of the Lord, as it is referred to in the book of Numbers, chapter 21, verse 14. After listening to Brother Judah's video tonight, I heard him again mentioning 7 years. And one of the things I've seen earlier on in trying to get the information from this book is a 7 year period of war between the children of light and the children of darkness, a specific head group of nations that are in the sons of darkness. And I'll get into that just a little bit more as I break that down. Also with this video, I wanted to give a clear picture of, if I can, I know I'm holding a little bit of it out, of what it actually says. The first video I did, the quality of the camera was off and you really couldn't see what was written, so I want to kind of rectify that this time around. So this is called, again, the Scroll of the War of the Sons of Light against the Sons of Darkness. It's also referred to as the Wars of the Lord, as I said, written in the book of Numbers, chapter 21, verse 14. And it's also called the War Scroll. You know, things have many different names because they want to keep it that way to hide the information from us. Hopefully the pictures will be a little bit more, you can see the things as they are written here. One of the things I wanted to highlight was when you get your hands on some of these older books, they have a list of source references or abbreviations that they use throughout the book or throughout the writings. And it just lets you know where they source reference some material from. And my thing is, as you can see here, the Discipline Scroll, the Habakkuk, Pashur, the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Thanksgiving Hymns, the Wars of the Sons of Light. If the Book of Enoch, if they reference these books in their writings, then there was a time where these books were given credence prior to them just being removed and omitted, no one ever talking about them. And I always think that's important to look into, because it just lets you know you're on the right path. I have some things highlighted, and I'm going to get into a couple passages in this brief summary. Someone has done the summary of what the scroll is about and their internalization and how they narratize it and how they think about it. But with it, it just gives a brief synopsis of what is to come of the contents of this scroll. So I'm gonna pick that up. Hopefully I can get this up here, you guys can see real good. I want to make sure we can read. The main subject of the scroll is the war in which will take place. I want to make sure I can read this right, but also get it where, you know what I mean, it's applicable where you guys can see it, because that's the part that I really want to make sure I'm hammering. It's not something I'm just making up, you know what I mean? Which the war will take place when the exiles of the sons of light return from the wilderness of the nations to encamp in the wilderness of Jerusalem, between the sons of light and the sons of darkness. The war will be fought between the sons of Levi, Judah, Benjamin, and the rest of the tribes of Israel, assisted by the powers of light and justice, and the angels appointed over them, against the enemies of Israel. So hopefully we can see that right there. I'm going to continue. At whose head stands a nation called Kittim, assisted by Belial and the powers of darkness and evil under his authority. This war, which will last 6 years and in which the entire congregation will participate, will end after the sons of light and the sons of darkness have each been victorious 3 times, with the victory of the sons of light to be achieved in the 7th lot through the intervention of the mighty hand of Yah. At the completion of this war, the fight will be carried out in separate divisions by tribes of Israel for 29 years against the rest of the nations. Let me read that part again. The war will last 6 years, and in which the entire congregation will participate, and will end after the sons of light and the sons of darkness have each been victorious 3 times, with the victory of the sons of light to be achieved in the seventh lot through the intervention of the mighty hand of Yah. So, is it possible that them 7 years that they keep throwing out there must mean they know? Because again, they've already had this information. It's just now being revealed to us, and some of us are being able to get our hands on it. And then the Spirit is giving us understanding on how to put it together. But they've already been aware of these things. It's for us to get this information out and make each other aware of it so that we could be prepared, because they're already prepared. And if they keep touting this 7 years, or they wrote about this 7 years, they must be anticipating this battle right here that is being spoken of in here in this scroll. Because as I said, first we got to go against Kenem. And if you know anything, you can go to the book of Genesis and see who Esau Edom is, because they turn into the Kenem or the Chittim. As you know, they like to switch letters around to try to hide identities. I'm going to continue on. The purpose of the scroll seems to consist in supplying the members of the sect with detailed set of regulations and plans in accordance with which they were to act on the day of destiny appointed of an ode for a battle of annihilation of the sons of darkness. So this scroll, it's saying that this whole thing has already been determined. And because it's been determined, there has been rules and regulations set on how it's supposed to go, how it's supposed to be governed. This information was lost to us, but our adversaries have had this information, so they know what's going to go on. They know how they're supposed to station themselves. They know what to expect from us. We just haven't had time to go over this information because it wasn't released to us. It says, even though the result of the war is preordained, for Yah himself will intervene on the side of the sons of light, who are the lot of Yah on the day appointed as his time to conquer and bring low the Lord of the rule of wickedness. Yet this intervention will take place only after a series of real battles in which the sons of darkness will alternately be defeated and victorious. The war will have to be fought not only according to all the general rules of war practiced by the nations against whom they will fight, but also in accordance with the laws and statutes of warfare specified in the law of Moses. The exact fulfillment of the law is essential condition, since the war will not only be fought between the sons of light and darkness on this earth, but also by the cosmic powers of light and darkness, and the fact that the angels fight on their sides obliges the sons of light to conduct themselves in accordance with all the biblical laws of purity, and any man who is not pure in regard to his sexual organs on the day of battle shall not join them in battle, for the holy angels are in communion with their hosts. So that's saying right there that this thing is so detailed and has the information that it even goes down to how you're supposed to be pure before you go out to battle. Just because you are of the seed or you're in Israel, if you're not right, you can't go into battle, because the angels are in connection with the Most High, and no sin or impurity. If you're clean or cleansed by the blood, by your faith in the Most High, and by your faith in Yahweh Shai, you can't go back to sinning and think you're going to fight in the fight against the nations, because you're going to be impure. And hey, you know how it is. You just won't be able to come near. You won't be able to come near him. But I digress. Let me move on a little bit. It says here, the author of the scroll aims to provide answers to 4 questions. When is the appointed time of retribution against When is the appointed time of retribution, and against whom will the war be waged? What, according to the law of Moses, are the laws and commandments of warfare? And what are the laws and tactics of warfare practiced by the nations of the world? And how do they interlink with the laws of the Torah? How will the war be conducted and practiced on the appointed day? I also wanted to show real quickly. Again, it says, And by the hand of thine anointed, the seers and things ordained, thou hast told us the epochs of the war of thine hands, so as to glory over our enemies by bringing the fall of the troops of Baal, the 7 nations of vanity, against the principal enemies, the Kittim and their allies, and the whole congregation. Will fight for 6 years, but against the other and more remote enemies, select units will fight for 29 years. Here it says, the sons of light included the sons of Levi, Judah, and Benjamin, called exiles in the wilderness. Their enemies are named collectively the lot of the sons of darkness, and the war will be in 3 phases. In the first, it will be conducted against the alliance of Edom, Moab, Ammon, and Philistia, led by the Kittim of Ashur. Joined to these will be a group of defenders against the covenant from amongst the Jews. This phase of the war will take place on the return of the exiles of the sons of light from the wilderness of the nations to encamp in the wilderness of Jerusalem. So this is saying that at some time, this remnant, this group that is becoming awakened to this truth, are going to be removed, and we're going to go into a wilderness type exodus. And I guess we'll be prepared by the Most High and his ways, and how to, I'm just going off of what this scroll says, because obviously this is a prophetic scroll, as these things have not happened yet. There hasn't been a cosmic war, and the hosts haven't come down and fought, and everything has been subdued. So obviously this is the end of time prophecy in this scroll. I just thought it was very, very pertinent information. I mean, this thing is very, very detailed. It goes into, like I said, the type of prayers that we are to have on our clothing and on our banners as we go into war. The type of sounds that we're supposed to make with our shafars when we blow on them. That's some detailed information that our enemy has had. And it's now getting to the point where we're able to start to get our hands on it and reach one, teach one. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, to His Son Yahweh Shai, and to the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. Blessings, peace, and obedience in Yah's way to all you family.